All baking products have three things which are basic to every dough batter that you make. First of all is the flour. That is the bottom line of everything. Then we add moisture, milk or water, which will bind it all together. And then we add fat. The fat gives us the taste and the tenderness. Many different kinds of grains can be used in baking, and these are some of the kinds that we use most frequently. The one on this side is rye. This is a whole grain flour. Corn is one we use. When we have it all ground up, it's called cornmeal, and all parts of the grain are there. When it is separated, the flour from corn is called cornstarch. Oats is the most nutritious grain, and they process it by rolling it and working it so that it will be easier and faster cooking, and that is called quick oats or instant oats. These grains do not have enough gluten in them in order to produce good bread products. The grain that is second best nutritionally after oats is wheat. And in Canada and in North America, we use wheat as the predominant grain in all our baking. Wheat is the grain that is most widely used. It's second in oats to food value, but it's best for baking bread and lots of other products. It is broken into three parts though, and each of the parts are used individually in many ways. The bran part of the wheat is the outer layers, and it contains most of the fiber that our system needs. It can be purchased in like this as well, and as you can see, this is much better buy. 99 cents or almost 20 cents for 100 gram. This is 43 cents for 100 grams, all because of that box. The other part of the grain is the wheat germ. Now that's not anything to do with bacteria. This is the germination part of the grain. It's where all the nutrients are, lots of them. Look at the different ways you can buy it. 99 cents or almost 20 cents for 100 gram. When you buy it this way, it's $1.06 for 100 gram. Be sure that you get the very best buy. The third part of the grain is white flour. It is the starch or carbohydrate, which is a complex sugar and source of energy. It also has the gluten and protein, which makes it good for bread making. Let's look for the word enriched. Enriched just means that they have put back in to the flour some of the nutrients that they took out, but not the bran. Pre-sifted means that it is just taken out of the lumps. So this is $2.19 for, or almost 9 cents for 100 gram. But this is not the best flour that we can use. The best flour is the whole grain flour, because it hasn't had anything taken out of it. This has the bran and the germ still in it. So whenever you can, we use the whole wheat flour rather than the white flour. You can compare on the little labels at the bottom the different brands of flours that you like, but I think you will find that this one will probably come out the least expensive. We are going to look at a large quantity now, and we'll notice the difference in price. We've moved to a section in the store now that sells things in quite large quantities, and this is great. If you can use it up in a reasonable length of time, and if you have the storage space for it, this is by far the very best buy. It's $5.99 or 6 cents for 100 grams. When the grain wheat is made into flour and all parts of it are used, it's called whole wheat flour. But they can also separate the grain into its three parts. And there are nutrients in each part which are different. The center part is called white flour, and it is the carbohydrate and the gluten and the protein. The outer layers of the grain are called the bran. This provides us with roughage. It's called fiber. And this we need very much in our digestive systems. The third part, and the one that carries most of the minerals and nutrients and iron, is called wheat germ. Don't be alarmed by the word germ. It means germination, because that is the part of the plant where all the nutrients form the new plant when it's grown in the fields. So it's very, very beneficial for us to use all three parts of the grain. We can use it in the whole grain form, or we add bran and wheat germ extra to a lot of our products, particularly if we're using the white flour, to give us extra nourishment and extra benefits.